Have you ever thought of all the people who struggle with mental health problems and have no one to talk to? Or if they do, the people they talk to make it a bigger problem for them? Well, I did. And during my time of research, I found shocking statistics. According to adolescentwellnessacademy.com, cases of major depression between ages 16 and 17 rose by an overwhelming 69%. Feelings of anxiety and hopelessness increased by 71%, and between 2008 and 2017, the suicide rate between teenagers aged 18 to 19 increased by 56%. Also, during my time of research, I found great testimonies of these things. One of these testimonies was on the Forward Thinking Birmingham's website. It was Luna's story. A girl who was bullied throughout school for the mental health problems she had, and how she almost had no one there to support her. Even a family figure, like her own mother, who often thought they were toddler tantrums, puberty, or simply being silly. Her mother only learned about what was going on with her daughter after a doctor diagnosed her. This eventually ended up in panic attacks, and the only reaction she could get, being calmed down, was simply no reaction at all. But sometimes, it's not the support that can get us, but the assumptions that people make. One example is this comic strip I found on depressioncomics.com that shows the true reality of teenagers who have to face assumptions from their family, like they have nothing to worry about, or that they have a perfect life. These people remain ignorant to the true problems that the loved ones have, and can eventually end up in bigger things. Another great example of the Forward Thinking Birmingham's website was Jessica's story, a girl who lost her mom when she was about 12 to 13 years old and had to face her own grief until much later because there was no one there to be for her. This eventually ended up in an eating disorder for her. So what these girls suffered the most, and the most important part their problems got to where they were, was the lack of support. Since we're children, we are taught to always look for support in the people we love and in the people around us. But sometimes our problems can be a little too insignificant or embarrassing to the people that know us, the people that should help us, but sometimes don't know how to or simply don't want to get involved. But this is not always the case, as there are sometimes that people with family, friends, or even themselves still go on with a silent struggle. But it's not always people that can help us. For example, maybe I had a very bad grade in all my assignments, and I just lost a very big academic opportunity. But on the other side, maybe Bolivia just won the Libertadores. That could easily distract me from what was going on with my life. Another great example I have is that I constantly talk to my dog about what happened with my day, what happened with my life, and how am I feeling right now, even though he doesn't understand me. Hobbies or passions we have, such as music, art, writing, or any way we can try to express our true feelings, can help us in a path of self-recovery. But it's not always passions or things we love that can help us in this path, as there is objects too. One example is little children who often look for the teddy bear for comfort. I remember that when I was a child, whenever I felt scared of the dark, I immediately looked for a Mickey plushie for comfort. The most important part in identifying and helping other people is to identify what's wrong, either with us or either with the people we love. Because if the problem is ours, we must learn to speak up, because there is always people there who love us, who will do anything to see us get better. And remember, if you are there for them, they will be there for you. But there are many ways we can help these people. One is to listen non-judgmentally, because empathy is key in a process of self-recovery for these people. Another is to check in regularly, because sometimes having someone check on you and having a shoulder to rely on can really help you in a path of self-recovery. Another is to promote self-care, like passions or hobbies they have. One great example is Jessica from the Forward Thinking Birmingham website, which had a great path of self-recovery with coming back to dancing, which was a passion she had. Another is to encourage professional help, because sometimes our problems can go a little out of control for even ourselves or the people around us, and that is when we need professional help. So please, be sure to be someone who helps, because there is really more happiness in giving than receiving. And sometimes it's okay to not be okay. And remember that it's you that can make the difference in being the voice we want to hear and in being the ears we want to talk to. Thanks.